Well, we're just glad to be here, and we have 1 million pounds assembled on the street of Gadsden. That's over 4,000 people at an average weight of 250 pounds apiece. Rick, this is a huge day.
Well, Bill, the 500-pounders have helped us to pick up the slack for some of our slimmer marchers today. We're marching for fat rights, which is the 1 million pound march. This is for the horizontally challenged, and to say once and for all, hey, baby, fat is beautiful. Fat is where it's at.
We can now go to the buffet without those skinny people glaring at us.
A waist is a terrible thing to mind.
I'm too sexy for my love, too sexy for my love, love's going to leave me.
And now it's time for Rick and Bubba, the television show.
I'm too sexy for my shirt, too sexy for my shirt, so sexy it hurts. And I'm too sexy for Milan, too sexy for Milan, New York and Japan.
Now the two sexiest fat men alive, Rick and Bubba.
Well, folks, here we are. It's the 1 million pound march. And, of course, I'm your host, Rick Burgess, my little buddy, the pride of Cedar Springs, Alabama, Bill Bubba Bussey.
Hello, everybody.
Today, downtown Broad Street, we walk for fat rights and the horizontally challenged. Folks, fat is beautiful, and this is the day that we want to, once and for all, let our stomachs be heard.
Rick, for so long, fat people have been discriminated against, but oh no, not today.
And, of course, to ensure that everyone can hear us today, we have introduced the Rick and Bubba Little Annie Full Horn. Now, this will be acting up and down Broad Street as we announce to everyone, come one fat, come all, down here to the 1 million pound march. Remember, we're all brothers and sisters in fat.
Bill, what a proud day it was. I mean, we're here. It's the day of the march. The excitement, the electricity. We've got just people bringing their children up to us.
There's a nice outfit there.
Now, Bill, they came from all over. This young man all the way from Scotland to be at the march, and we were very touched by this.
Now, I'm not sure what that thing with ears or that thing is.
Now, Bill, we did have characters. Unfortunately, we don't know what these characters are. We tried all day to figure it out, and we really never came to a conclusion on exactly what these characters meant.
But look at the excitement in the children's faces, Rick.
Bill, we spared no expense. Here's Tommy, of course, White, the Power Ranger, and, of course, you remember her from the Disney classic Peter Pan. Ladies and gentlemen, Tinkerbell. What a big day it was.
Rick, look at her. She's so excited. And, Rick, here was a big draw. Little E.
Well, we call him Little E. If you'll notice, if Batman will move, there he is. Little E, of course, Bill. This is a miniature Elvis Presley. Now, this young man never relinquished that the entire day. We kept saying, over and over, just exactly who he was. He just kept looking back and said, I'm sorry, I'm Little E. Now, Bill, look at the kids. What an endearing moment this is.
Rick, a big day for the kids.
Well, the kids were involved here, Bill. All we could think about was, hey, it was the day for fat rights and even fat children, Bill.
Hi there, little fella.
And look at this one here, Bill. A little pumpkin kind of showing her fatness a little bit.
Now, what is that thing, the horn?
All right, which one, Bill? This one right here, the one holding the tail? I have no idea. There's Tinkerbell again. What a great day it was.
What a beautiful child.
Well, Bill, the thing that I liked the most about it was the fact that not only did mom and dads come, but they said, hey, I want kids to also see they can't be proud to be fat.
Now, Rick, we got a little board breaking going on here.
Well, Bill, and this man here, this was a sad moment. This is a guy we caught. He was kind of lost thinking, what have I got to do to be fatter? What have I got to do to be fatter?
Now, Rick, the whole several blocks blocked off, a lot of knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone, craft shows going on.
Well, Bill, that's what we call this. This was our section called Knick-Knack, Paddywhack. Now, this man's name was Jimmy. He looked at me and said, do you mind if I crack corn? And, of course, I looked at him. I said, sir, I don't care. So right now he's working on actually building, it looks like, Bill. This is whittling a stick with a big knife. Very impressive.
Now, Rick, there's the kind of furniture I want, something whittled out of a pine tree.
Well, Bill, actually, this woman looks like she's sitting in a pile of vines. Now, this is impressive here, Bill. This young lady, we walked up to her and she said, hey, is there any way I could solo sometime during the 1 million pound march? Of course, this is her auditioning for us here.
Now, Rick, here's a very proud feature, the Mark Bass Video Cam.
Now, Mark Bass, our general manager, the luckiest man alive, the man with a vision. Now, Bill, he is a skinny, frail man, and he had a tough time throughout the day trying to get good, steady footage. Now, our producer, Mark Norman, not happy with some of this footage, but we want to show you the effort that Mark Bass put into the 1 million pound march. Look at him moving, Bill.
Throughout the show, you will see Bass Cam video.
Bill, there is the Rick and Bubba Funmobile. Now, these two gentlemen right here on Bass Cam, who are now out taking pictures back were sent by their company to the 1 million pound march, Bill, and you'll see them get some shameless plugs throughout the show.
Rick, what a proud day. People making signs. Here they are with a shameless plug.
Yeah, these are the two guys from Scottsboro. Now, their First National Bank actually paid their expenses to come down. As you see, they're trying to show all the fat people that their bank is very fat-friendly.
And, Rick, that's very important. How about people?
It really is, Bill. Now, here comes culture. Now, we can't have a 1 million pound march without culture. Bill, look at this guy getting into it. Now, he is absolutely into this orchestra move. Now, look, they're playing for us. Look at the people they're entranced by
Rick,
the
they're
culture.
just drawn to it.
Bill, how can you not be drawn to it? It's nothing but culture. We go back. Bill, watch the conductor. Everybody in the audience.
He's into it anyway.
Bill, he's thinking to himself, hey, it's a big day. This is our day to shine. Now stay close because the hype continues on the 1 million pound march.
Rick and Bubba will be right back after they feed the beast.
Bill, the excitement for the march continuing to build. Here's two young ladies just purchased their Rick and Bubba T-shirts, Bill.
Fashion statements of the year, Rick.
And, Bill, aren't they proud? We love every one of them.
I'm addicted to Rick and Bubba.
We're addicted to you, young lady. Thanks a lot for listening.
Rick, I believe I'll have to call a couple of number ones.
Well, Bill, as we know, we do have one of the better looking audiences in radio. Now, Bill, can you feel it? Can you reach out there and feel the excitement?
Rick, I can feel it.
People are coming from all over. Mark doing a fine job, of course,
the
taping
Basscam video is great.
And of course, Bill, people trying to fatten us up, get some time for the march.
Rick, peanut butter cake. Look, get you a little bit of this. It ain't nothing but just peanut butter. We just eat it. It looks just like automobile grease, but it tastes good. We just stick our faces in it and eat it. Just a wad of peanut butter for the march. Hey, taste that. That is delicious. Let's smear it all over.
But I want to tell you, that was absolutely delicious. And, hey, what better thing to put the weight on you than a big, huge peanut butter wad?
Well, Rick, we wanted to march at our maximum weight.
Bill, that's the one thing I want everyone to remember. Now, then came the saddest part of the day, Bill, and I think you'll agree with me. Now, this really has to disgust you.
Well, Rick, a country radio station tried to make a counter-protest.
Bill, they knew it was the 1 million pound march, and they tried to throw their line dancers out there. Now, Bill, line dancing is something I don't understand. It's basically people walking around in a line and, of course, kicking every now and then. And, of course,
who's them big guys there slinging it?
I don't know, Bill, but, boy, look how sexy they are. Look at them sling. Of course, we felt it was our duty, Bill, to add a little funk to even line dancing. Bill, look at us go.
We're fighting the crowd just as hard as we can.
Folks, we're doing all we can. The line dancing continues. Now, this is what has to hurt you right here, Bill.
Boy, it affects the children in such a diverse way.
That child is in pain, Bill. That child is in pain. Watch, look at that. Boy, what a sad thing. You think line dancing doesn't affect people? Please, people, don't look directly into their eyes that are viewing right now. We don't want it to have the same effect on you.
But we're doing what we can to run them off.
Bill, what a popping move you had right there. That was very impressive.
Well, Rick, one of the better poppers from Jacksonville High School.
Well, Bill, the battle continues. We dance funk, they dance line. We're trying to win and see if we can't rid ourselves of this horrible. Bill, look at that move.
Go, baby, go.
Bill, dare I say, baby got front. I mean, that is unbelievable. And the crowd's loving it, Bill. And they're thinking to themselves, children, please watch Rick and Bubba. Boy, look at me.
Oh, Rick.
Now, at that point right there, I thought to myself, I'm going to dance as hard as I possibly can. Now, we're trying to mock some line dancing here. That didn't even feel comfortable to me. Did it, you, Bill?
No, Rick, and as you can tell, it didn't look very good either.
Well, Bill, it looked silly. Boy, what a great day. Well, the crowd loved it. We were proud to do whatever we could, Bill.
Now, Rick, the key thing here is that it did run off the line dance.
It really did. And, Bill, look at them. They come from all over for the 1 million pound march. These people up from Flat Rock.
Get there however you can.
What are these horses thinking?
Hey, Rick and Bubba's better looking than I thought they were.
I'll tell you one thing. I wonder if Mr. Ed is here. Hey, where can we get a Rick and Bubba T-shirt? Well, Bill, here we come. Trying to do whatever we can to make sure people march at maximum weight.
Now, Rick, we're throwing out moon pies at this point, trying to get everybody right to the very tip-top of their marching condition.
All right, there's the animal that we don't know what it is again, but Bill, watch Bill Bubba Bussey with excellent moon pie tosses, and I must say, Bill, in the audience, some pretty good hands.
Wild driving.
Now, Bill, here was the victory part of the day. After our funk dancing and ridding ourselves of line dancing, the WQSB van leaving the premises.
Rick headed for higher ground.
Bill, why not? I mean, think about it, folks. Friends shouldn't let friends listen to country music, and we didn't want it to happen. And if you'll notice, we come right by and give them a little goodbye.
Rick and Bubba, the television show, coming soon.
Well, Bill, we want to do a little promo for the TV show while we're going down.
Well, I thought it was appropriate.
Well, we're all viewing it now, and what an exciting moment it is. And look at that fat guy there. See that smile? Bill, that's worth every minute we spent there.
Rick, it really was.
And, of course, we're driving a golf cart here, courtesy of Gadsden Golf Carts, soon to be a sponsor on Rick and Bubba, the television show. And, Bill, I tell you, little Eddie, our bullhorn, really showed up.
Rick, we are #1 with small wiener dogs.
The wiener dogs love us, Bill, and why not? Boy, look at us.
Look at that form, Rick. I can just throw, look. Oh, good catch.
Nice catch there, young man.
Drive with one hand, throw moon pies with the other. Now, Rick, just everybody can't do that.
Well, Bill, it's true. And, of course, as we continue to go down, we are telling everyone, please, please, march at maximum weight. Well, look at the happy crowds, Bill. They're coming up now. They've all got T-shirts. They're bringing us stuff to sign. There were a few moments during the 1 million pound march where we actually autographed some people's children right across the forehead.
Boy, and that bass cam video second to none.
Well, Bill, I'm telling you, folks, our general manager is a fragile man. With all the fat people there, it was kind of tough on him. There's a nice shot of my love handles, which I've really worked hard to build. Folks, it's getting about time to march in the 1 million pound march. Don't move from Rick and Bubba, the television show.
Oh, Rick and Bubba, the two sexiest fat men alive, will be right back after I'm done with them.
This is a proud day here for the 1 million pound march. Fat people, this is our time to shine. As we've said time and time again, a waste is a terrible thing to mind. Together with me, we shall overeat. 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 Fat people help the skinny people. Ladies and gentlemen, before we start the march, keep in mind it will be half a block.
I'd walk any distance for some pizza, and I'm looking forward to the march. And all I want to say is that fat is cool, and I'm proclaiming today Fat Day.
What's your name, young man?
Gene Smith. Gene the Dancing Machine.
Gene was actually shaking his butt, though you couldn't tell it because this is a proud day for all of us. Well, we have another 500-pounder somewhere here. Randy, we got the other one. Here comes the other one. Here he comes. What's your name, son? Okay, everybody get over our video. People ready? It's half a block, and we turn towards the pizza. Everyone chanting, "Fat is where it's at. Fat 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 is where it's at. That is where it's at.
Bill, what a proud day it was. Mobs of people all coming to downtown Gadsden for the 1 million pound march.
Rick, there was a sense of love in the air that I just can't convey to the audience. I mean, it was just, you just wanted to go up and hug somebody.
That's right. Here's poor Mark getting beat around in the crowd here. Of course, keep in mind our general manager, Mark Bass, a frail man. Bill, I mean, look at the crowd. I mean, they're everywhere. These people are thinking to themselves now, hey, I look at fat a different way. To me, fat is where it's at. Fat people are cool. Never again, Bill, will you have to walk up to someone and ask for seconds and be ashamed about it. Well, I tell you, Bill, this was a day, an absolute perfect day. Look at them all smiling. Look at them all thinking. Fat is where it's at. And I'll tell you one thing, Bill, it was the end of a hard day. We met them, we shook hands, and folks, coming up next, Ask Rick and Bubba.
Well, you know, actually we didn't quite have 4,000 people, but our average was well over 280 per person. So we only needed about 3 1/4, and we made that by far.
And another thing I want to make perfectly clear right now, if our poundage is doubted, we'll just sue the city.
Now, Rick, this won't hurt, but just for a minute.
Welcome back to Rick and Bubba, the television show. Now, Bill, this is a very important segment of our weekly television broadcast.
Rick, it's going to be a feature we call Ask Rick and Bubba. If you have a question you would like to ask us, give us a call. We'll come out and video you asking your question, and then we'll try to answer it here on the TV show.
All you have to do is send your questions to P.O. Box 517, Gadsden, Alabama, 35902, and be sure and label it Ask Rick and Bubba.
My name's Shannon Hunter. I'm from Jacksonville. I work at Sister Family Hair Care. I want to know if Rick and Bubba are really butt naked on Fridays.
Bill, I'll field this question. Funny you should ask this. Probably one of the most asked questions on the Rick and Bubba morning show. Am I really butt naked on Butt Naked Friday? And of course the answer is absolutely. Now to clear up another question, Bill Bubba Bussey is never butt naked with me in the studio. And the reason, after he of course married his lovely wife Betty Lou, now married a lovely 7 years, shortly after their honeymoon, he made the promise to Betty Lou Bussey that he would never again, under any circumstance, take his clothes off in the light. Me, on the other hand, this started back before Bill was on the show with me. I felt it was a celebration going into the weekend, and we all should celebrate the fact that we made it through another week. Therefore, I began to do the show completely nude, always strategically positioned over the air-conditioned vent. Now, this did cause some controversy. Some people looked at it as a dirty. It's nothing like that. It's nothing more than a celebration of making it through another week. Now, my grandmother began listening to the show. That was a controversial statement. Of course, my grandmother being a very, very devout Southern Baptist. She called me once on the hotline. I took the hotline call. She said, "Rick, this is Meemaw. What do you mean doing the show completely naked? Surely, son, you're not naked." I said, "Oh, don't worry, Meemaw. I'm only naked doing the show. Trust me, I'm not dancing." So, for those of you out there that are wondering, is Rick Burgess really butt naked on Butt Naked Friday? The answer is yes. Well, Bill, that's the first edition of Rick and Bubba the television show. I think it went great.
I think it went good too, Rick. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and we hope that you did.
Now, folks, we want to thank all of our fat marchers who made the 1 million pound march.
It was huge, Rick.
What a great success, Bill. 1 million pounds, all the fat people, wherever you are, and those of you that, of course, are kind of challenged and have a gland problem or a thyroid problem and can't put the weight on. Thank you for your support.
Hang in there. There's hope. Research is being done every day.
Now, Bill, we want to thank our hardworking staff, our producer, Mark Norman. Let's face it, he had to put up with a lot of riffraff this week.
I hope things get better, Mark.
Now, of course, we also want to thank Sissy, that, of course, is Bill's dog, for the support she's given us all week long. And, Bill, I have to say this. Thank you, Mark Bass, our general manager here at Q104, the man with the vision. We have actually put together the show that Mark always wanted to do. Thank you, Mark Bass.
Of course, he is too ashamed to get in front of the camera and do it like us.
Now, Bill, of course, be back with us here again next week. Hey, we've got a prime time. 12:30 on Saturday nights. Of course, Bill, I guess if you look at it literally, that's actually Sunday morning.
Whatever time it is, be with us, watch it live, or tape it. Whatever you do, just watch it.
We want to be the most viewed or taped show in the history of television. And of course, Bill, next week another great one.
Of course, Rick, and I have no idea what it is, though.
That's right, but I bet we'll think of something before the week's out. If you'd like to be a sponsor of Rick and Bubba the Television Show, just contact Rob Rawson at 543-9229.
And, of course, he's our sales manager, and he makes tons of money.
That's right. Now, of course, we are very pleased to have put this show together for you. But remember, without you, the viewer, and you, the listener, Bill and I will be out waiting on Bill Clinton to find us a job.
And even though you're watching this TV show, we want you to join us each and every weekday morning from 6 to 9 on Q104, 103.7 FM for Rick and Bubba in the morning.
And join us next week for another edition of Rick and Bubba, the television show.